fourth section of data recording that I'm doing for this daily sort of strategy. And yeah, it's been quite nice so far actually. So we've left straight away. Left the daily fair value gap. Just gonna literally start smashing through these now, journaling it quick and really getting it done. Just want to get as much data as I can in a short period of time. Let's check the level. That can't be right. This keeps doing this. What am I doing? 0797. Keep reading things wrong. Start locking it a bit, man. Right, okay. So that's the low. 0709. 709. Right, yeah. So we can jump to the 1 hour. Let's put that on there. Visible. Okay. And then just start pushing forward. Let's get through Asia. London, we want to see some sort of liquidity. No, price hasn't come down. It's not ready to go. What day are we on? Tuesday. We want to see the low of the week put in this daily fair value gap. Nope. Still not ready. Potentially, we could have maybe put in a new daily fair value gap. So let's go to there because we know that the daily won't have drawn out the next day at that point. No, we haven't. We still have this level. It's the only one, so that's fine. So we can still have that marked up. It's still the draw at the moment. Obviously, you don't want to trade for all this. I don't trade that. I'm just trading internal to external. So once we hit an internal level, I look for the moves on the way back out to external. Okay, so nothing happens here. Starting to push away. There we go. So let's check the day again, just because we started, like I said, that we haven't bounced off anything. So this is still the draw. What day are we on? Thursday. Price coming down quite nicely now. 1, 2. So it's there. So let's check that out because we don't want to see the daily. Again, sort of price is lingering. We're just saving ourselves any pain by trying to get involved in all of this sideways action and trying to call where it's going to bounce from and stuff like that. Still waiting for that nice level to come down. Level doesn't get tagged still. Still not tagged. Where are we at this point? Is there any daily gaps again? Still no gaps. And look at this sideways PA. Just seriously, really saving yourself face here. Like you're just saving yourself pain of going into sideways direction. Well, hey, right, there we go. Now we've finally come down to the daily level. We come down really aggressively, so we're going to have to be careful. Hence, technically speaking, you could enter this off of that being the new low of the week and candle did close inside, but I'm not going to do that because I don't trust that little wick's going to be the bottom. Hence, look at that. That's just silly. Use price action correctly. Right, so at this point, we could have, because we've taken this, and now we've got this candle, which is an engulfing candle. Again, I need to pull this back, because I keep doing that. Yes, we haven't respected the daily at this moment in time, but we're going with the thought that it's a Wednesday, we just put in the low of the week, and we will respect the daily, okay? So that's the bias and the thought behind it. We've now engulfed this candle bullishly, so we can enter the next open, which is going to be at this level, stops below the low here. Okay, and my first target is going to be this London high, which is absolutely miles off as well, which is really nice. It's good for the returns, like risk to reward wise. And the external range is literally up here anyways, so we're going to just go with that. That's my nearest term draw. And it's really quite far away, so it's actually good. Got all these fair value gaps. You've got this, which I believe to be about 2R as well, just over 2R. So at this point here, I actually put that because we will go break even because we're going into opposing fair value gaps, so we can be extra safe in the trades. So we'll do that. So at 2R, we'll go 50% off and let the rest run. Okay. So let's enter the trade. Price. Oh, there we go. Price did play out. Okay, so price has come up. We entered late again. Don't really like 11 a.m., but we've entered it anyway. Also now, let me just come back one bar to that one because I want to just check that what happened there on the daily. We are respecting the daily fair value gap. Okay, so that's fine. So the trade's still valid. Our stops are at the low anyway, so it's fine. So now we're going into Thursday. I expect Wednesday that to be the low of the week, so we can push price forward a bit. As you see, price Asia. We technically can even get a second entry here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, like I said, this is coming up to 2R. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to journal this now. Wednesday, the 1st of October at 11 a.m. So October, Wednesday the 1st. It's at 11 a.m. So it's my last hour for an entry. New York, long, EG. We don't know if it's a win. What we're going to do is we had the engulfing candle. We had an engulfing candle. And what I'm going to do is I think there's going to be another entry here. And I think there'll be during London. So let's see what happens. London starts. I was about to say. So what's going to happen here is I would have taken the 50% off as I expected. So we can put 1R, 1 win even. And again, we can say trade running at, what's the time on there? 2 a.m. Thursday. 50% off at 2RR equal to 1,000. And now there is 500. Well, there's another 1,000. So yeah, so there's 50% running. To TP to external range or BE. And then if we get there, I'll work out what the maths would be on it. So we'll see what happens. So right, so what I was going to say is let's move this trade to the side now because I don't want to mix up what I'm doing here. So we can see that got hit. And what I was going to say is we've respected the daily on the daily time frame. So we're looking for opposing liquidity to be attacked to go long on the Thursday. Okay, which is the actual optimal trade because you've had the confirmation of the daily already respecting that level. So we have a little 1 hour fair value gap just below the Asia level, which is what I would be looking to take. We leave relative equal lows. That is not what you want to see. Now it takes it, respects it, takes both sides, but closes below. So I need to see some sort of. Okay, so I wouldn't even take this still. Whoa. I was going to say I would take the next candle, depending on where it is. And I honestly still would believe that you probably can take it during New York. But what I'm going to say is, have we missed a trade on London here? We do have this engulfing candle, but it doesn't. That's sort of a bearish engulfing candle because it's closed below. It did respect the 1 hour fair value gap. Now, if this would have just closed inside the range, I would have taken it. This then was an inside bar, so it was a bit indecision. So this is still running. Okay, and that is my only trade at this point as well. And we're going to be coming into New York. So obviously you could just enter here, but what I'm going to do is push it on and then enter off of this fair value gap now if price comes into it. Okay, so there you go. We've taken both sides basically, or closed within the range either way. And then now we've got a nice optimal 9 a.m. trade. I'll put my stops below the fair value gap. Oh, actually, I don't even need to do that, to be honest. I could actually put my stops below this hour here because I don't expect that low to be taken. and then trade like that. Okay, so let's see how that would play out. Price rallies up, boom, way over 2R straight away. Literally way over 2R. And we can literally just keep going from there, I would guess. It's going to go to the draw on liquidity. Oh, come all the way back on me. Right, so again, we can journal this because at 2R, we would always going to do that now from this point. We're going to take at 2R, we're just going to take 50% off the table and let the rest run. So entry at 9 a.m. on Thursday the 2nd of October. So it's Thursday the 2nd, a bit later because I expected it in London. It didn't happen. Long win 1R. 1R gained because that didn't. Put 111 because I'm not sure what happened here. Yeah, that was one anyways. Yeah, so 1R gained. I'm going to put in my notes. What was this? Was it engulfing? No, it was a close back within the range, wasn't it? Right, so in my notes here, we need to put drop down. I'll drop down even. And also that one's still running. That's why I haven't got the return there. What I want to put here is a comment to our smashed then price. So price come back to break even. This one's still running, which is quite cool. So we can take that off. We've journaled it. We're still in this trade. It's Friday now as well, so we're going to look to start to close. Again, we can still go long during London here if the Asia level gets swept. Let's see what happens. Let's look for an Asia sweep. Okay, so price sweeps it. Back inside that 1 hour fair value gap, closes above. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Last hour to enter, boom. Stops below there. It's the final day. Look at that, it's near enough 1 to 2R. We'll just whack it just there, just so we can see if we can get an entry. This is still running, by the way. See what happens. Okay, New York opens. Let me take a loss. And let's print price out because the final hour is here. And we would close that trade at another 1.3R closed. So we need to put that down. So we closed 500 and then 500 would be at 1.3R. So it'd be another 500. It'd be about 1.3K. So closed at about 2.33 in the end. No, about 1.33 in the end. Yeah, 1.3 in the end. We closed half a bit off. We had a $2,000 trade. We closed 50%. It'd be 1,000 running, and then you'd have come all the way back down. So it'd be 300. It'd be 1.3. 1.3R gained. And this one did go break even, and we took a loss on October the 3rd. I think it was October 3rd. Yeah, October 3rd at 5 a.m. Friday, 5 a.m. So we didn't. Kind of broke my rules then because it didn't actually have 5 a.m. on there. So it broke my own rules technically. But we took it now, so. And to be honest, I know why I don't want that there because I don't like 5 a.m. because it's going into the break. It's going into that break time. That's why 11 has that last hour. So that 5 a.m. candle, that trade shouldn't have happened. And you know what? I'm not taking it out because it's a loss. I'm taking it out because it broke the rules. And I'm not doing that. That's the whole point in doing what I'm doing, is to try not to do that. So that trade, yeah, it didn't have an entry because it was too late. And then obviously look at what happened. It lost as well. So yeah. So okay, we're just gonna pretend that didn't happen. It did, but we're gonna pretend it didn't. And we're not gonna break the rules because if I add 5 a.m. in the journal, I know what will happen going forward. I'll end up breaking the rules. This internal to external is still valid. going into the new week. So I'm not going to rush there. I'm still going to print price out properly on the 1 hour because it's still valid. So Asia, we take Asia. Wow, big London move. Massive London move, in fact. And with that sort of move, I know this has done that now, but there's no way I'm trading that. I'm literally waiting to see what happens. Exactly, and that day does end up closing out low. So let's skip over to Tuesday because that's just ridiculous. You would not be short. You wouldn't be trying to trade that. Yeah, it's just silly. I wouldn't even do it. It did end up actually doing what we would expect. That was the low, and then it did come back up, but not worth because this is invalid now. It's actually ran through it. So that's an invalid setup. So now we need to go to the daily really and just wait and see what happens here. Do we get a potential a new daily internal to external to trade from? Oh, and now we're up to today. So there is still no level. Okay, so that's that done. EG's done. So EG got complete. Well, that's it, done. So EG was done. What did we actually end up getting on that? 22.11. Fucking hell, that's ridiculous. 22. Oh, fuck. 22.21. 22.21 returns. Damn. Then this was 9R. So realistically, we do need to start thinking about letting trades run a bit, if I'm being honest. Because 9RR returns that. And I mean, that's not because it's actually not correct, is it? Because that would have been 2R, that would have been 2R as well. And again, that's a whole different ballpark then. You're talking about 12%. Again, going forward, we need to start now looking to journal that differently. So we need to have what 2R would have been and 50% off. So what I'm going to do is make another file to the left, move that there. And what I'm going to do is let's change that because I don't know how correct that is. 21.76. This could be completely a bit skew with this little bit of data right there that I've just shown because obviously, yeah, that's 12. The real result was 1, 1, 1. was. No, I don't need to put nothing in there. And so what I'm gonna do is, going forward, this is going to be the column, and it's going to be 50% off to RR. I'm going to just make a nice drop down in here. Don't even need two, I just need yes, that's it. Because I just need to know when it's actually happening. Going forward as well, I just really want to make this as in-depth as possible, man. So I just have so much data to go back on, because I do really like this. I think this is going to be really fucking special, man, for me. I think it's going to push me to the final push that I need. Let's close this.